Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and today we are going to make some paper ruffles, and some of them we're going to put bling on, and some of them we're going to do some faux stitching. Now this one was kind of my practice one. You can see I've got 2 or 3 different runs, but we'll get it done. This one I just put some of my bling down through there, and I think these are going to look so cute on the edge of a page. Let me pull this down. Look at that. I think that'll look cute down through there. So we'll be using lots of these throughout our journals. So the first thing that you're going to need is just some little strips of thin paper. Now this is just some paper I had in my stash left over, and I just cut some little thin strips. These are probably about looks like they're 1/2 inch. So you're going to need that first. And then just some strips of your dyed papers, or just whatever papers you want to make your ruffles out of. Now I go ahead and on this first one, I go ahead and just kind of fold it over. That just kind of gets you started. And don't make your folds exactly straight. You don't want it perfect. That's not what making these ruffles is all about. You want them kind of very imperfect. Then you're just going to take your glue and run a bead down the center of that. You're going to lay that down, and then just continue to fold up and make your ruffles. Now I'm going to turn this sideways because it's easier for me to do it if it's sideways. And just make small ruffles. Don't fold it up very far. Just make some small ones. About like that, if you can see. And they don't have to be the same size. They can be very imperfect. The more imperfect, the better. And then I just run a little bit more glue down through there, and I just continue. And you can see mine are going sideways. They're going from one side to the other. They're crooked. That's fine. That's kind of what you want. Now if you get to a point where you feel like one is sticking up a little bit too much, you can always go in there and put just a little bit of glue down under it. But you don't want to glue them all down flat, because you want that little bit of dimension on there, just like a regular ruffle would be. Alright, and then we're going to start another one, and I just go ahead and start my first little fold. It just makes it a little bit easier for me. And then now this is for the people who do not sew. I know a lot of people say, I don't have a sewing machine, I don't want to buy one, I don't want to use my sewing machine on paper. That's fine. You can still do your ruffles, still make them look really pretty, and not have any sewing done to it. You can do this with fabric as well. It works just as well with fabric. See, there's our ruffle, still going. Now the ruffle pieces I cut, let's see, they're probably cut almost 3/4, so it just depends on what size ruffles you want. You can vary them. You can, you know, this whole entire ruffle I won't use on one page, but I'll use pieces of it. So you can vary the width of your ruffle if you want. All that little back sheet is for, and you can use all kinds of scraps on that. So pull out your scraps from your bin and use that to make those little back pieces. That is just to hold that glue on there, so when you glue that down. Alright, I have run out of that color for right now. No, I'm going to finish up with this color. I'm just going to tear me another piece. Now I just lay it on my mat, and I get my ruler, and I use my Tim Holtz ruler just because I can see through it, and I can see if I'm getting that pretty straight to tear. I know those metal rulers are probably really better for that, but I like to be able to see through there so I can see if I'm getting that torn straight. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight, but you know, you want it somewhat close. So Just ruffle it all the way down. Now, if you want to, you can glue another piece of the white paper right here on the bottom and just continue this ruffle. So I think I'll do that to just finish this out. All I'm going to do is put a little glue right there. Right there. I'm gluing that down. Then I'll just run a little bead of glue down the center of that, and then just continue folding. Okay, so I got to right there. That's a long ruffle. I'm gonna let that be it on that one. So there is a nice ruffle, paper ruffle. Now you can decide to do your faux stitching in the center, or you can do your beads. I'm going to try the faux stitching in this one again. Now what I'm using, and you can use different things, this is a little EK Tools, and it's just one of those little things that puts the holes. Let's see, let's just try this right here. If I just run it up through there without putting anything on it, that's what it looks like. See? It looks just like it's putting stitches on there. So it's a faux stitch tool, and I will try to link these below if I still find them. Now all I'm going to do is I run those little pegs just a little bit over on my Distress Oxide. And now I'm going to start at the bottom. You don't want to start at the top and pull down because your ruffles are going that way. And I'm just going to lightly run that up through there. Like that. And I go back and add more ink on there as I need it. And if I find a place that's a little bit skipped over, then I go back and do that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Keep that in mind. This is for your journal, and none of them are perfect. Even the people who sew those, it's not perfect. So see, there is our little faux stitching down through there. So there is that one. Now I'll show you what this looks like if we just put it on white, so that you can see it a little bit better. And if you press down just a little bit, look at that. Looks just like stitching, doesn't it? And you could use different colors ink. You wouldn't have to. I'm using the Vintage Photo. You could use any color ink that you wanted and put your faux stitching in there. Alright, let's do another. Let's do the brown here, and I'm just going to put it on this one. And it, really, when you feel that, it feels just like faux stitching because it has little holes in it. Alright, we're going to do this one. I'm going to start it up here, run a little bit of glue down, and just start my ruffling. And all I'm doing to ruffle is I'm just kind of folding that paper up, pressing it down, and then folding it back down, just like you would fold a piece of paper that you wanted to make a ruffle out of. Hold on and I'll show you. Let me lay that one over there. Alright, so all I'm doing is I'm taking and I'm folding, see, I'm pushing up on that and then pressing it down to make that little ruffle. And then I just continue. I go down to the next one and I do another. So it's just like you're doing a zigzag down through there. And just keep doing that all the way down. Some can be small, some can be large. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'll start this one off. This is some of my coffee dyed paper. And like I said, it's a little bit easier for me to do it sideways. It may not be for you. You just find the way that works best for you and make your ruffles. This way you do not have to sew. You do not have to have a sewing machine. You can do it all with just glue and embellishments. And if you don't have one of these tools and you don't want one of these tools, then you can also do that with just an ink pen. Just go up through there dotting it and put some dots on there if you want it to look like faux stitching. If you don't and you'd rather it look like, you know, it has the bling in the center, then just put the bling on there. You could also add little flowers down this. Lots of different things you can do. We'll see what we can come up with to put on this one. Uh-oh. I just try to keep it on that little back piece so that back piece doesn't show through or doesn't show to the side. All right, let's tear another little piece here. Whoops, I didn't hold that down nice and tight, did I? Okay. And see, some of mine get fatter and some of them are thin. It doesn't matter. That's what the people that do the ruffles and sew them, that's what it looks like on theirs too. So that's what makes it look more interesting. Just the right amount. Cool. Alright, and I had a little piece that was torn right here, so I'm just going to trim that off. So there is another little ruffle. Hold it sideways so you can see it. So let's see, what will we do on this one? I think I might actually put this black on this one. I've got more of this coming, hopefully, so I'm not gonna hoard this anymore. So let's see what this looks like on here. I've got it tangled up, I do believe. Okay, and we may not run it all the way down, I don't know. I may put this part the way down and then something else on there. Now I'm using my Fabri-Tac right down the center of this. You could use hot glue. The art glitter glue would hold, but you would have to hold on, you know, you'd have to press on it for a while to get it to hold. So the Fabri-Tac catches a lot quicker, so that's why I'm going to use that. But like I said, you could also use hot glue. If I had my hot glue plugged in, I would use it probably. And then I'm just going to take this little tool and press that down. I don't know, we might go all the way down with this. I like that. I need quite a few ruffles, so let's just go all the way down. This also helps your ruffles, helps hold them down. So, alright, we're just going to pull that down. Just like that. Put a little touch right there on the end and we will be finished with this one. Look how cute. I like that. I really like that. Alright, I'm going to trim that one off. And there we have another really pretty ruffle. Now you could ink these on the sides if you wanted them inked, or you can leave them just as is. So there are, I'm going to leave that one up there. That's my practice one. There are 3. Let's do one more, and I think we'll look and see if we've got some flowers and things to put on there. We'll try to find something different to put on this one. Let's do another one in the pink. And we'll just see what we've got to embellish this one with. Okay, we'll need to tear about 3 pieces. We've learned that about 3 pieces does that whole strip. And I think that's a 12-inch strip. I think that white paper is 12 inches. Like I said, this is a good way to use up those scraps that you've got laying around or ready for the trash. Just pull them out and use them for this. Okay. Alright, let's put a little bit of glue down through here just to start it off. And then I like to fold that first one. And then I just start folding up. Now I want to see plenty of these on our Facebook group. If you are not a member of our Facebook group, that's where everybody shares, including us. We share all of our projects over there. I'll let you know if there's new things coming, if there's sales going on, anything like that. But you're welcome to post all of your projects over there, and that link is directly below. I think it says Scrapbooking with Me Facebook group. So if you're not a member, go over there and join. We'd love to have you. So that one is a little bit shorter, and I'm not going to continue to go down through there on that one. I'm just going to clip that off. Okay, let me get my towel and mop that up. Now, what are we going to put down the center of this one? You could even run a little bit of lace, just tiny thin lace, or you could run a little, oh, let's see, what else do we have here that's small that we could run down through there? Let me look. I'm looking. So what do we have? Look at that. I even think that would be pretty down through there. Let's hold that up where you can see it. See, I think even that is pretty down through there. I tell you what, let's grab some baker's twine, and we may put some baker's twine down through there. Okay, not sure what color, so I just grabbed a couple of different colors out. This one is black and white striped. I kind of like that too. All right, let's see what the blue looks like. Oh, I like that. I think I like that one best. So let's run a little bit of baker's twine down this one. Again, I'm using my Fabri-Tac just because I'm putting a piece of twine down through here and it'll grab a lot quicker. Okay, again, we'll get our tool. I'm just going to press that in just like it was sewn there. Then I'm just going to mop up any excess glue, I think. There we go. And I got a little overzealous with the glue, but I think it'll be okay once it dries. So there is the baker's twine on there. Look at that. I like that. It looks like it was sewn with a different color thread. Alright, what else do we want to do? Alright, we're just making another, and then we're going to do something a little bit different to this one. And I'm using a couple of different strips of my dyed paper. One of them is a little bit purple, one of them is a little bit pink. So it doesn't matter. You can use either or just regular paper, regular scrapbook paper, whatever you have in your stash. Okay, I'm going to get one more piece of this one. Okay, so there we are on that one, and you see it's all different sizes and shapes. I'm going to trim that right there just because I went way out of line there. You didn't have to. That's just me. That, you know, my OCD sometimes gets me on some of these projects. It's a little bit hard to leave it alone. Okay, now I'm just going to take this little thin ribbon. It is very, very thin, tiny, and I'm just going to go right down through the center of this, close to the center, and then we're going to put, I need to put one more little bead right there, and that goes down. Trim that off. And then let's take this little tool, and you're going to press that in. If you don't have one of these tools, just use whatever you have that you can press that down, the material down, so that your glue doesn't stick to it. I'm knocking everything off on the floor. There we go. And don't use near as much glue as I do. I am a glueaholic. There we go. So there is a little strip with just a little ribbon down the center of it. Alright guys, that is it for this tutorial. I just wanted to show you, I've had so many people who say, I love all of the projects, I love the ruffles, I love all of this, but I don't sew and I don't want to sew. So, and that's fine. You do not have to. This is just something that you can do and even put faux stitching in there and not have to sew anything. These are quick and easy, and they embellish a page. Let me just grab my journal here. Here's a little journal. So let's do this page right here. Which one do we want to use? I think this one. That's pretty. Look at that. All we need to do, just put that down the side of a journal page, and I think I'm actually going to cut that and put it there. Just like that. So I'm going to cut right there. That little piece just cuts right off. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue down through here. Really, I can use my art glitter glue because this is gluing paper to paper. And we're just going to glue that down right there. And look how cute that makes that one page. When you turn over the other page, you can see that there. Isn't that cute? I like that. And you could even put it out here so that you could really see it when the book is closed. That's sweet. All right. Okay, guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, because tomorrow is our thank you freebie, and you will need to be a subscriber in order to download the free PDF. All right, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.